Hello, my name's Aunt Leanne. I have a story to share with you from West Africa, usually told from Zimbabwe. There was a hunter who was in love with a girl in the next village, and he went to go and visit her. Now this girl, she was wonderful. She could cook. She loved the hunter, and she happened to have a younger sibling who had been born intersex. We'll refer to them as they and them from here on. Now they also happened to have been born blind, and they were this girl's favorite relative. So when the hunter came to visit her, she suggested that he spend time with her younger sibling. "I suppose," said the hunter. What do you want to do?" "Oh," said younger sibling, "if you would be my eyes, I would like to go hunting." That sounded good to the hunter, and so they packed up the picnic lunch the girl had made for them, and off they went. And they were walking down the path having a wonderful conversation. Younger sibling was known far and wide as a wise person who had the answers to many questions. And all of a sudden, younger sibling said, "Stop." Hunter said, "Why? I don't see anything." "Shh, there is a leopard." They looked around. "I don't see anything. How could you, a blind person, see anything?" "I can see with my ears." And Hunter looked up, and there was the spotted leopard. They held still for a moment until the leopard disappeared, and on they went. Now they found a good place to hunt for birds, and the hunter put his traps all along one side of the path, and the younger sibling put their traps all along the other side. And they went around to the bush to beat the birds out. Just then, there was a cacophony of noise as the birds flew this way and that and all over, and then silence. "There is a bird in your trap," said younger sibling. They went over to the hunter's trap, and sure enough, there was a gray dove. The hunter plucked the dove out, put it in the pouch that he kept at his waist. "Ah," said younger sibling, "and now there is a bird in my trap." And they went over to the other side of the path, and the hunter saw that the younger sibling had indeed caught a bird, and it was beautiful. Its plumage was multicolored, crimson, green, blue, and it was very plump. Hunter looked at younger sibling and traded the two birds, handed his gray dove to younger sibling. Younger sibling took the bird and ran their finger along the breast, cocked their head at the hunter, but said nothing. They began to make their way home. They stopped under a big, beautiful tree to have lunch, spread out the picnic that wonderful girl had made for them both, and continued their conversation. The hunter had a question that had been bothering him since he was a little boy. Why? Why do people fight with each other? Why is there hate? Why don't they get along? Younger sibling looked at the hunter and said, "It is because people do what you have done to me." The hunter grew hot with shame. His cheeks flamed. He hung his head, and without another word, he traded the younger sibling's bird back for his own gray dove. They picked up their picnic and they walked the rest of the way home, continuing their philosophical conversations. And then the hunter stopped and said, "There's just one other thing. How can people be friends again after they've fought? How can they be together after that?" And younger sibling reached out and touched the hunter's arm and held his hand and said, "It is when people do what you have just done to me."